Hi, I'm logo correspondent Raymond Braun on the red carpet for the GLAAD Media Awards. I'm so excited. And we are going to talk to the special guests tonight about their LGBTQ heroes and about the first time that they saw the LGBTQ community represented in media and entertainment. I'm curious, when is the first time that you saw a portrayal in media or entertainment that you identified with personally?
Wow, so I didn't know that I was queer, and I have thanked this person, but Wilson Cruz playing Ricky on My So-Called Life, I was just like, hey, this is a really well-written character that I can't figure out why I relate to this person. Probably just humanity.
It was RuPaul on her VH1 talk show. I was in the 7th grade, and I used to run home after school and literally when no one was home and would watch the show because it was the only time, first of all, I saw someone who was gay on TV, but also black. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. And even though I didn't want to be a drag queen, I just felt so empowered knowing that one day I could possibly do the same thing and be a talk show host.
Lady Gaga has been consistently an inspiration for me since day one, and I just love her. I love her.
It's got to be Ellen DeGeneres. You know, I wasn't out before she came out, and next month is the 20th anniversary of her coming out, which is also not the same month but year. My 20th anniversary of coming out, which was inspired by Ellen. Thank you.
In the Philippines, we have this long culture of like trans media pageants and national television. So I remember when I was about 8 years old, like for the first time seeing this trans woman on television and seeing that maybe I'm just like them. Maybe I could be just like them. So I think seeing that was so critical at that moment in my life that, you know, maybe I could follow their path. So and that's why it's so critical to see trans people in media, LGBT people in media, telling our stories, being in front of the cameras, producing our stories, all of those things. You know, it makes such a difference.
Growing up, a lot of representations and depictions that I've seen of trans women were very negative, you know, like Soap Dish, you know, outing a trans woman and vilifying a trans woman. They did the same thing with Ace Ventura. So I think it's about time that we start showing more growth with positive storylines.
Honestly, I'm currently inspired by all the kids that follow me on Twitter. I follow a bunch of them back, and their stories as kids who are fresh into the community or fresh out or who are fresh just in the closet ready to come out truly inspire me and remind me of the place that I was in, and I think that they're kind of the future.
I mean, so many of my generation where we were dealing with the height of the AIDS pandemic, and so many people that we lost, and like Paul Manette and you know, I mean, and Cleve Jones and Lance Black, and I mean, these are the people that you do know, or Bruce Cohen and Dan Jinks. They were out there in ways when it wasn't comfortable, when it wasn't easy, when it wasn't something that you could really talk about, and when our young men were dying in the hospital and we lost so many of them.
Great thing about Trace Lysette is she's from a completely different generation. She has an incredible sense of hope. She's extremely intelligent, and I think her greatest gift is her compassion.
Alexandra Billings, my co-star, she paved the way. Candace Kane, my sister Laverne Cox, who's been a dear friend of mine for over a decade.
I would love to just ask you tonight to talk about someone in the LGBTQ community who really inspires you. That's who we're honoring tonight. And I would love to know if you have a personal story about someone who's inspired you.
Absolutely. My best friend since I'm 12 years old, kind of the inspiration behind, not the inspiration behind the character Chiron, but the inspiration behind my enticement to the character. Just knowing his struggle and just wanting to make him proud and, you know, continue to do that throughout the rest of my career, you know?
The carpet is winding down. I'm going to head inside, and you can watch the show Thursday, April 6th at 10 p.m.